E salve a tutti ragazzi e bentornati sul canale, rieccoci con Raven Remastered. Allora, abbiamo recuperato le pinze e con queste pinze possiamo andare ad aprire la porta del professore. E in più, come se non bastasse, dobbiamo anche cercare di trovare la borsetta della marchesa. Allora, pinza. Ok.
I bet I could really get a grip on the bolt with these.
Well, come on then, hurry up.
Olè.
Hello?
I barely left the window ajar.
Nothing to see.
Occhio.
Ah,
Are you okay?
yes, fine.
Cosa hai controllato? Dai un'occhiata in giro, porta chiusa.
Do you have any idea why the door was locked?
I don't know. Maybe the constant vibrations caused the lock to lock itself.
You can't possibly believe that.
Well, then what's your theory?
The conductor could have locked it from the outside. On the other hand, it could have been someone here in the compartment who locked the door from the inside.
Who? And where have they gone?
They could have climbed out there.
Who would be that insane?
You tell me, Professor.
Oggetti di valore.
So, what are you hiding in your bag? What do you have that would be worth stealing?
No, nothing.
No valuables?
Certainly not. Not on my salary.
It was enough for a first-class compartment on a luxury train.
That's my business.
You're playing a dangerous game, Professor Lucien.
Dai
I'd
un'occhiata in
like to look
giro.
around a bit.
Of course.
Il professore non ce la nasconde giusta. Allora, esamina il finestrino. Però, allora, aspetta, vediamo.
I
Borsa.
really wonder what the professor is hiding from me. But I can't just rifle through the luggage of innocent citizens. This is the 60s.
Siamo negli anni 70. Però lui ha messo la mano nella borsa, ha messo, quindi... Scrivania.
Wow. You have a very nice fountain pen. Pricey.
If you'd managed to decode hieroglyphics that boggled the best minds of the last 3,000 years, you'd have received a gift like that as well.
Eh sì, facciamo passare per un regalo. Bottiglie e libri.
Bible, Grimm's Fairy Tales, Moby Dick, and gin, whiskey, and rum. All classics.
Ma la risoluzione dello schermo mi sembra che si sia abbassata. Scusate un attimo. Sì, perché? Allora, aspettate. Mettiamola a 1080p Full HD. Ok, a posto. Sì, non so perché si era abbassata la qualità grafica. Poi vabbè, la finestra, dobbiamo vedere. Credenza ad angolo.
No, nothing interesting.
Lascia lo scompartimento. Oh, aspetta, che sta qua?
What's this?
What do you have there?
Boh, ragazzi, cioè dovete avere
A button
gli occhi
from a
veramente
suit or a uniform,
aperti
I
per
guess.
trovare ste
A
cose.
burglar might have lost it.
Maybe, or maybe not. If I notice anyone with a missing button on his jacket, I'll ask him about it. But I wouldn't get my hopes up. If there was a burglar, he climbed out the window and jumped off the train.
Certo. Finestra.
Assuming there really was someone in the compartment and he climbed out the window, where's he gone? Did the burglar leave any clues? Here's something. Might be fingerprints.
Ah, delle impronte.
They're tough to make out, but I do believe there are some prints on the window. If I had a forensics kit, I could make the prints visible with carbon powder.
Aspetta, polvere di carbone. Scusate. La matita è grafite. Quindi teoricamente con questa, se riesco a grattarla, dovrei ottenere della polvere di carbone. Il problema è come grattare.
Professor Lucien?
Yes?
Ho nulla.
Oh, nothing.
Well, good.
Non posso grattarlo. Non lo so, con la forcina forse. Proviamo. No. E come cacchio.
Goodbye,
Vabbè.
Professor.
Goodbye.
Lasciamo la stanza per adesso. Aspettate. Le forbici. Proviamo.
Pardon me, sir.
We could have used you a few minutes ago.
Lo steward. Allora, aspetta.
When I scratch the pencil's lead with the scissors, I get fine graphite powder. I won't get a Nobel Prize for the idea, but graphite powder will bring out fingerprints at a
No,
pinch.
ragazzi, qua ci vuole il Nobel solo per averlo pensato. Allora, torna indietro. Signorina, la sua forcina è stata veramente utile.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Forcine, salute. No, vabbè, teoricamente le posso dare, tanto.
Thank you for your help.
Tanto
Mrs.
abbiamo
Miller.
fatto.
It really got me out of a jam.
Oh, really? That's good to hear. And thank you for bringing it back to me. Not everybody would have.
I'm a Swiss policeman, madam. I couldn't do otherwise even if I tried.
Però nessuno si chiede
Goodbye,
il
Mrs.
cappello che fine ha fatto.
Goodbye, Constable.
Torniamo nella stanza di quello.
Professor Lucien?
Door is open. How can I help you, Constable Zellner?
Do un'occhiata in
I'd
giro.
like to have a look around the compartment.
Oh, of course.
Allora, polvere. Se. Vediamo se funziona. Sì.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make what I suspect are fingerprints visible.
And? Found anything?
Unfortunately, no. There are only a couple of fingerprints on the window. It was probably cleaned before departure, but the prints I can see look like glove marks,
Well, wouldn't you expect that? What professional burglar wouldn't wear gloves?
which makes me wonder what a professional burglar would hope to find in your compartment.
I don't have anything to say to that.
I thought as much.
Tu sai,
It
non me lo
was
vuoi
worth a
dire.
try.
E quindi è stato inutile.
I can only make out faint traces. Whoever was in this compartment was wearing gloves.
No, raga, credo non ci sia nient'altro qua da esaminare.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye.
Questo il violino non me lo vuole aprire. Parliamo con Matt.
All right, Matt. Tell me now. The violinist won't let me check his violin case.
Of course he won't. He's hiding something. Should I distract him? Then you can have a look in his case.
No, troppo pericoloso. Si distrailo.
What do you suggest?
I could tell him there's a suitcase full of money in the next carriage. If he's a thief, he'll definitely want to take a look at it.
I don't think he'll fall for that.
Or I could insult him and then run away. He'll try to catch me, and you'll have a chance to look in that violin case.
Now that I think about it, this is something I have to attend to on my own. It would be expecting a bit much from a little boy.
Little boy, you must be kidding.
Sorry, Sheriff, but your idea about distracting him is good all the same. So long.
So longer.
E come lo distraggo io a questo? Aspetta, apri il finestrino. Ok.
Would you be so kind as to close the window?
No, I'd like some fresh air.
But I don't want to catch a cold.
Il finestrino resterà... Oh, aspetta, forse così si alzerà lui. Il finestrino resta aperto, ok.
You're not alone on this train. I want the window open.
Ok.
Swiss
Perfetto.
politeness doesn't seem to be what it used to be. I'm not going to catch a cold because of you. Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
No, ma dai. Scusa. Lo riapro, vediamo.
That makes no sense. The violinist would close the window immediately, and I wouldn't have enough time to search his violin case.
Devo trovare un altro modo.
I've no idea what I'd say to Matt. The violinist is uncooperative. I'm not authorized to search his belongings against his will and without a good reason, and he knows it. I have to come up with something.
Scusa, e se apro un finestrino un po' più lontano? Qui? Questi no, eh? Allora, dopo aver fatto la cabina avanti e indietro 50 volte, nel vagone ristorante, accanto al tavolo qua delle due signore, c'è sto coso, stuzzicadenti. Quindi presumo che forse con lo stuzzicadenti blocchiamo il finestrino.
The steward must have forgotten the toothpicks. Normally he would offer them discreetly after dinner.
Sempre se la finestra, vogliamo dire, non è troppo pesante, quindi lo spezza. Però, ok, stuzzicadenti preso. Allora, vediamo. Sì, esce il simbolo, quindi forse funziona.
The tip of the toothpick is stuck between the window and the runner.
Beh, dai, alzati, forza.
What nerve! I'll complain to your superiors.
Ok. Fruga nella borsetta. Pistola. Vabbè, prima la borsetta.
Hey, what are you doing there?
I was taking your case for safekeeping, since it was left here unattended. When I picked it up, the cover unlatched.
I never leave my violin unattended.
Ah, then no one else could have put this purse in your case.
Someone must have snuck it in, like you.
Uh-huh, for sure. And you have a pistol in the case because...
I don't owe you an explanation. It's mine. I have a gun license. Now, take the damned purse to the Baroness and leave me in peace.
Ah, però vedi, ha confermato che è della
Just get
baronessa.
lost.
It won't be that easy. I'll report the incident to the Italian authorities in Venice.
Osserva il violinista.
I'll inform the authorities in Venice. They'll decide what to do with him.
Parla con Matt. Diciamo che abbiamo sgamato il ladro. In fondo ci ha aiutato.
Hey, Matt. The violinist really did steal the purse. Well observed.
I knew it! I bet he's got more stuff planned. I'll stay here and keep an eye on him secretly. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Bravo Matt. E mo riportiamo la borsetta alla baronessa.
Oh, Inspector, did you find the Baroness's purse?
I did indeed.
You did? Out of my way, James. Oh, wunderbar. Tremendous work, Inspector.
Constable, Baroness. Constable Anton Jakob Zellner at your service.
Furto al
Have
museo.
you heard about the burglary at the British Museum?
Heard about it? I'm directly affected by it.
How so?
I'm in charge of the Friends of the British Museum. And for your information, I'm financing the exhibition.
Exhibition? What exhibition?
The exhibition in Cairo. Where did you think we were going? The eyes of the Sphinx were supposed to be exhibited together for the first time in decades. Now that one of them is gone, the exhibition will be rather less sensational than we'd hoped.
On the other hand, there's a chance that all the uproar will generate more attention, and that the exhibition will still be a great success.
Oh, perhaps. But we wanted to show them both together. That was the whole point.
Scopo del viaggio.
May I ask you where this beautiful train
Vabbè,
is
in realtà l'ha
taking
appena
you?
detto.
To the madhouse, I'm afraid. One is close to the brink of insanity with this constant shaking and rattling.
Have you ever tried flying, Baroness?
Do you know how little luggage one is permitted upon an aeroplane? It defies all reason and good taste.
Can you tell me anything about your fellow passengers, Baroness?
No, not really. I could hardly care who's penned up in here with me. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Lucien is here, the professor. Poor fellow. The eye of the Sphinx that was stolen belonged to his collection.
Ma non sembrava molto
Lucien is
preoccupato
an
il nostro
Egyptologist.
professore.
But of course, as director of the Egyptian department at the British Museum, he has to be. The whole burglary thing really upset him. Director Thomas told me he was a nervous wreck.
I'll take my leave of you now, Baroness, and I do hope your journey becomes more bearable.
Ha! Yes, indeed, Inspector.
Constable. James?
Ok. Vabbè, non posso più parlare,
I
scusa.
don't think the Baroness has any more information for me. And she's not the most pleasant conversationalist either.
Vero? Vabbè, ragazzi, andiamo a parlare con l'investigatore.
Inspector Legrand?
Anything to report?
Allora, borsetta.
Baroness von Trebitz told me about her missing purse.
Baroness von Trebitz. She is financing everything, isn't she?
Indeed, sir.
I found the purse. David Kreutzer, a violinist from Austria, had it.
Probably nothing to do with our case. All the same, good work.
Poi, scompartimento dell'archeologo.
I got Professor Lucien into his compartment using a pair of pliers.
Did you notice anything inside the compartment?
The window was open. Someone could have climbed out.
And the professor?
Acted suspiciously. He rummaged around in his leather bag.
And?
He seemed to have found what he was searching for.
Good. Good work.
Now, perhaps you could give me some information.
All right. We should... What?
Ah,
The
yeah.
light's gone out. Flashlights.
Get off me.
There, sir. An envelope.
Il corvo.
My dear Nico, you should take a closer look at the box. R.
What the dickens?
L'ha rubato, non è possibile.
It's away with it.
Ma com'è possibile?
Oh dear. Oh.
Is everyone all right? Are you hurt?
Dai, ma cioè, com'è possibile che c'era
Quick
una
thinking.
bomba?
Well done, Zellner.
A meno che è partita già con la bomba, perché comunque era chiusa la cassaforte.
I think the tunnel collapsed.
Then he's trapped. Hurry, we have to lock the second exit.
Sir, there's a fire up ahead. The engine's burning.
It's a distraction. Hurry, block the exit.
But sir,
The fire will consume all the oxygen.
he's right, Inspector. A fire in a narrow tunnel is extremely dangerous.
Merde. Go to the front of the train, find the engineer, and tell him to move the train out of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? You have to uncouple the freight car. You understand?
I understand.
I'll see to the passengers. They should all wait in the tunnel. We'll check each one in turn as they go out.
Let's get to it.
E io la torcia non posso averla? Allora, esci fuori. Vabbè, scusa, andiamo prima di qua. Vediamo un po' com'è la situazione dentro. Qua l'ha detto che dobbiamo staccare il vagone, però diamo un'occhiata comunque.
Oh, pardon me. I did not
Oh,
mean to
dottore.
scare you.
Cosa ci fa qui? Ha visto qualcosa? Come se, vabbè, lui stava già nel ristorante, nel vagone ristorante. Comunque,
What are you doing here, Doctor?
Legrand asked me to check whether there are any passengers left on the train.
Really? No one is here, except for me and you.
Excellent. Then I will continue searching at the front.
ha visto
Did
qualcuno?
anyone act suspiciously before the explosion? Did anyone leave their seat, for example?
I was the only one on the train who wasn't seated when the freight car exploded. Thank God. Otherwise, I would have been caught by the blast as well.
You certainly were lucky.
Perhaps I was. What happened over there? The inspector said something about gas canisters that exploded.
È stata una bomba, sì, bombole di gas. No, in realtà è stata una bomba. Quindi perché le ha detto che erano eludi? Perché comunque un civile, dai, eludi.
The investigations are ongoing, but first we have to get the burning train out of the tunnel.
Oh, of course.
Come stanno i passeggeri?
How are the passengers?
They are in a state of shock, of course. The blackout and the sudden stop were frightening enough, but then the explosion, the dust, everyone rushed for the exits. I was helping the American woman bring Lady Westmacott to safety. They are waiting outside in the tunnel. One entrance is blocked by a fire, and the other one seems to have collapsed.
Continue to search the train. I'll decouple the buried freight car.
All right.
Doctor? Can you give me a few matches?
Oh, certainly.
Thanks. I'll meet you outside.
Do hurry.
Ok. Poi. Come li uso? Ah, così. Vediamo se magari si vede qualcosa.
I should concentrate on uncoupling the freight car. I'm positive that Legrand...
Entra una colonna
I should
successiva.
concentrate on uncoupling the freight car. I'm positive that Legrand has everything else under control.
Ok, quindi non si può andare... Aspetta, che c'è qua? Non si può andare oltre. Ah, ma c'è l'estintore, che è?
The chair either fell over thanks to the sudden stop, or an escaping passenger knocked it over. Wanting to get off the train as quickly as possible after a sudden stop and a massive tremor, that's understandable.
Guarda la sedia.
It's not bothering me, I'll leave it there. I noticed the extinguisher earlier. Doesn't match the decor. I suppose that the railway company had to comply with safety regulations at the cost of aesthetics.
Usa l'estintore.
It'd be useless against the fire out there, and it's too cumbersome to carry around. At best, I can use it here.
Vabbè, usarlo qui... Dove? Ah, fra casa e il finestrino... sì, finestrino.
Why should I? The air outside is hardly better than the air in here. In fact, the tunnel is filling with smoke.
Guarda fuori.
I don't see Legrand or the constable, but I can make out the silhouettes of some of the passengers. They seem to be unscathed. All the same, the fire is getting bigger, and I don't have much time.
E quindi l'estintore no... Scusa, a che cacchio mi serve allora l'estintore? Cioè lui me lo fa usare, ma...
Must be good for something.
deve pure servire a qualcosa. Finestra. Rompi la gamba della sedia con l'estintore. Va bene, non so a che possa servire, però... Ok.
All right, let's go.
Usa la gamba della sedia con... Con che cosa? Non lo so, vabbè raga, ma partono le ipotesi. Guarda fuori.
My God, what a fire. I hope Constable Oliver can at least reach the engine.
Allora, qui abbiamo lasciato la gamba della sedia, però per cosa può tornarmi utile sta gamba? Vabbè, camminiamo e vediamo, avanziamo, non lo so. Magari, scusa, fatemi accendere un fiammifero. Spero che siano infiniti. Esci fuori. Guarda dal finestrino. Esamina gli alcolici.
Whiskey, scotch, rum, liqueurs. Enough to entertain everyone on the train all the way from Paris to Istanbul.
Magnum. Scusa. Prendi uno degli alcolici. No, però non spegnere sto cacchio di... Mannaggia.
High proof rum. Could be useful.
Ad alta gradazione. Forse posso fare una specie di fuoco, qualcosa. Ah, sì, vedi, me l'ha messo qua sopra. Sì, vedi, bastone, bottiglia.
Champagne. The finest. Maybe we'll open a bottle if we get out of the tunnel alive. Until then, though, it's no use to me.
Vabbè, riprendi il fiammifero qua. Boh. Vabbè, usciamo, vediamo.
There's a pretty intense draft here. The fire is sucking up the oxygen.
Scendi dal treno. Ah, ma... Ok, sono sceso, però non si vede niente.
I'm sure I could uncouple the car if I only had enough light to see what I'm doing.
Quindi torna sul treno. Allora mi serve qualcosa per legare il bastone e poi dare fuoco col rum. Ecco raga, ci sono. La tenda, qua. Prendi la tenda. Ok. Boh, forse posso fare tipo una specie di torcia. Allora. Usa la gamba della sedia con... Ok, avvolgi la tenda. Poi mettici un po' di...
Rum from Austria.
di
Believe it or
rum.
not, it's 80% alcohol by volume. There's no way anyone would drink it.
Usa il rum con il bastone e la tenda.
That should do it.
Ok. E adesso torcia ricoperta di rum. Fiammifero. Come faccio a fiammifero acceso, ok. Sì, ma se non me le dici le cose. E voglio io lì a cliccare.
The alcohol burns with a dim blue flame. It doesn't shed enough light and will probably burn out in a few seconds. Won't solve my lack of light. I'll have to try something else.
Come no? Però il fatto che lui mi abbia tolto la tenda dal bastone, ci sarà un motivo. Scusa, no, noi qua non vediamo niente. Però, teoricamente, una cosa che c'è che brucia anche abbastanza bene è il grasso. Il grasso degli ingranaggi, delle cose. Quindi, teoricamente, se io uso questo qua sopra...
Okay, I'll smear some grease on the curtain.
Ok, torna sul treno. Mo, teoricamente, tenta un dado, vabbè, grasso, olio. Prendila, avvolgila. Poi, buttaci sopra
The
l'alcol.
material won't be able to soak up any more alcohol.
L'abbiamo messo, sì.
Rum from Austria. The material won't be able to soak up any more alcohol.
No, ma forse non va l'alcol. Oh, fiammifero. E brucia.
Oil and grease burn bright and hot, but they also require a hot flame to combust. A normal match won't do the trick.
Usa l'alcol,
The
scusa.
material won't be able to soak up any more alcohol.
No, neanche. Allora, aspetta, lui ha detto che col fiammifero
Oil and grease burn bright
un
and
normale
hot,
fiammifero
but
non
they...
sarà sufficiente. Allora, se il fiammifero non basta, come posso accendere tutto? Fatemi vedere se trovo qualcos'altro. Qua a terra non lo so, qualcosa. Guarda fuori. Piccola bottiglia scura.
Carling Black Label, a British beer.
Prendi la birra.
No good. Insufficient alcohol content. For practical purposes, I mean.
Esamina le scodelle delle caramelle. Cioè, vabbè,
A lot was
nascostissima.
damaged by the sudden stop, but the bowl was thick enough to survive the fall.
Ah, allora aspetta. Vuoi vedere che versa il numero della scodella, ok. Ok. Fiammifero. Perché la fiamma del fiammifero non ce la fa, ma se io ti butto il fiammifero qua dentro...
Oil and grease burn bright and hot, but they also require a hot flame to come.
Sì, ho capito, io lo voglio buttare... Dai fuoco al rum.
Just as I expected, the alcohol burns with an almost invisible flame.
Ok. Prendi la torcia, accendi torcia. Oh.
I'm the god of fire.
Sì, mamma mia, però ragazzi, veramente nascoste le cose. Boh, teoricamente dovremmo vedere abbastanza bene.
That's better now.
Esamina il gancio di accoppiamento.
Incredibly basic mechanism. The kind that lasts forever.
Sgancia il vagone.
Won't budge. Too much tension on the coupling.
E quindi dobbiamo trovare qualcosa. Dobbiamo trovare qualcosa che ci aiuti a sganciare il vagone merci. Torna sul treno. Aspetta, esamina la leva.
A lever on a pressure sleeve running along a thread.
Gira.
Aha! I can uncouple it with this lever.
Ah, ok.
Okay.
Esamina.
Good. The coupling isn't under tension anymore. I should be able to uncouple it now.
Sgancio.
There we go. Time to get out of here.
Vai, vai, usciamo.
Listen, everybody. Listen. Robert, what's the situation?
Yeah, I couldn't find the engineer, so I got in the driver's cab myself and released the brake.
All right. Good job. You too. Listen, please.
Matty! Where's Matt? Where's my son?
Relax, madame. I'm sure.
Che ci fa sul treno, ragazzina?
Matty! No!
Mamma mia, che agilità quest'uomo. Ma devo fare qualcosa? Ok. Ci siamo salvati. Non so come ci siamo salvati. Nel senso, non so dove va a finire adesso il treno e che fine faremo.
Matt, where are you? Oh.
Vai all'esterno. Ma scusa. Però Matt non stava all'esterno. Ah, eccolo, guarda, guarda sotto al tavolo, vedo le gambe.
Hey, there you are. What were you thinking? Come out of there.
Is he gone?
Is who gone?
The man!
Quale
What
uomo?
man?
There was a man. He was coughing.
One of the passengers?
I think he came down from the roof.
What are you doing on the train anyway? Why didn't you wait in the tunnel with the other passengers?
I wanted to get my pistol.
Your pistol?
If there's so many cops and thieves and explosions and everything, then I need a pistol too.
Makes sense. All right. First, I'll stop the train, and then we'll have a chat, okay? You want to come out? Good idea. You stay put.
Va bene. Borsa.
I suppose this handbag belongs to Miss Miller, Matt's mother. Lady Westmacott's bag is probably small.
Fruga nella borsa. Tanto non c'è più nessuno.
Ah,
Ah, ecco la pistola giocattolo.
Matt saw something. It could prove to be very useful, but if I don't stop the train soon, I won't be able to use that information in this lifetime.
Non gli posso dare la pistola a Matt. No, solo guarda.
Matt hasn't...
Va bene, non posso dare la pistola. Allora, avanziamo, vediamo dove andiamo. Scoprire della baronessa. Teoricamente non c'è nessuno qui.
I can't get in. I presume the Baroness's luggage toppled over and is blocking the door.
Va bene. Andiamo a vedere quello del professore, che nascondeva comunque parecchie cose il professore. Qua si è rovesciato tutto. La valigia.
Professor Lucien's suitcase. Unlike the leather bag, he left it behind when he fled the train with the other passengers.
Perché nella borsa evidentemente c'è quello che lui cercava. Infatti ha messo le mani dentro per vedere.
I don't think there's anything interesting in it. Whatever the professor is hiding from...
Bevi un bicchiere di gin. Non mi sembra il caso di bere gin. Esplora la credenza nell'angolo.
What have you got yourself into? Couldn't you have just let it be? But no, of course not. And now you're here, on an out-of-control train in the Alps, responsible for the life of a child who'll be doomed without you. What are you waiting for, eh? Time?
Esamina l'asciugamano. In che
A
senso?
large, soft towel. Very comfortable.
Prendi l'asciugamano.
I'll wrap it around my neck to keep my hands free.
Apri il rubinetto.
The tanks don't seem to be damaged. The water is still running.
Scusa. Voglio fare una cosa. Sotto l'acqua, sì.
It's soaking up the cold water.
Ok, magari non lo so, per rilassarmi, boh. Cioè, se me l'ha fatto bagnare ci sarà un motivo. Allora, il violinista qua pure si è dato a gambe. Tira il freno di emergenza. Ah, ok, qua c'è il treno di emergenza. Prendi l'ascia. Allora, aspetta. Scusa. Prendi l'ascia.
An axe is for emergencies. If this isn't an emergency, I don't know what is.
E tira il freno. Non funziona,
That makes things
maledizione.
extremely complicated. How can I stop the train?
Scusa, e se vado nella cabina di pilota? Apri la porta.
If the emergency brake doesn't work, I'll have to try something else. Here goes. Ouch! Hot!
Scusa, usa l'ascia, no?
The handle is already too hot to touch.
Ma...
Okay? We'll do it the hard way.
Oh. Ah, l'asciugamano bagnato. Aspetta, aspetta, aspetta. L'asciugamano bagnato. Usa il maniere della porta con l'asciugamano. Ok. Ecco perché bisognava bagnarlo. Usa l'ascia.
That should do the trick.
Esamina il gancio di accoppiamento.
The coupling won't release because it's under too much tension. The engine is pulling the cars and its full force is acting on the coupling. It's just a hook, but it won't budge like that.
Vabbè, non puoi usare sempre l'ascia, scusa. Oh, a posto.
That's not just smoke. I can actually taste lumps of ash.
Ok.
It's time for my deputy sheriff's story. I uncoupled the locomotive at full speed. Not bad, eh?
Do you think we'll get in trouble?
Because of the locomotive? I don't think so. It was pretty old already. Come out so we can have a chat. I checked the entire train. There's no one on it except for us. What an adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, what did you see on the train?
Well, it was like this. I wanted to get my pistol.
Sembra vestito come un poliziotto.
Achoo!
And then?
When the guy was gone, I got up and banged on the window. I wanted to get out of there, but then I thought, what if the guy can hear me from the next car? So I got scared, and I hit again.
You did well.
Era davvero un uomo? E busta. Vabbè, un
Are
uomo.
you sure it was a man?
Yeah, very sure. What else could he be?
A woman?
No. Girls can't be thieves. Girls are always honest.
If only
Sei
you
ancora
knew.
piccolo. Un uomo che è riconosciuto... Cioè, o meglio, un uomo che è riconosciuto?
Did you recognize the man? Have you met him before?
I don't think so.
Would you recognize him if you saw him again?
No. It was very dark and I was hiding.
Was he a tall man or a short man?
Just a man. I think he was a bad man.
Why do you think that?
He was sneaking around, even though everybody else was outside in the tunnel.
Maybe he just wanted to get his wooden pistol.
Oh, man.
The
Busta.
envelope that the man lost, where is it?
I thought it might be important.
I think we should have a look. Some cash, an Italian passport. Blank.
I migliori ladri sono
Very
sempre italiani.
interesting. And here, a ticket for
For the cruise.
what?
The tickets we have for the big ship from Venice to Cairo look exactly the same.
Interesting. May I keep it?
What do you want to do with it?
Take a vacation.
D'accordo, ragazzi.
It's evidence.
And
Vediamoci
my
queste altre
chance to go
scena
with
qui.
you.
The ticket and everything else in the envelope are part of my investigation. And you have no part to play in Cairo.
If I hadn't given you the envelope, you'd have no proof that the Raven's heir would be on the ship.
Ugh. The ship is his next chance to steal the eye. And he won't give up until he has it.
And that's precisely why you should let me come along.
No.
Eventi nel tunnel. Eventi nel tunnel.
What else did you find out in the tunnel?
Not much. After we came out of the tunnel, Robert and I questioned the passengers.
Which didn't turn up anything new.
No, the engineer and the fireman were missing. They were found a few kilometers back on the track. Both claimed to have been overwhelmed by a shadow and thrown off the train.
But you don't believe that.
I'm checking their stories. One of them may have been paid to eliminate the other one.
How could the Raven's heir have found out about the trap? How was he able to put the dynamite in the box and place the letter?
The dynamite was probably already in the box when I put it in the safe. I didn't check.
Ma
it.
You had
sicuramente.
no reason to do so.
It wasn't my only mistake. I knew someone was on the roof of the freight car, but I let myself be distracted by that damned letter.
How did you know?
Too late. I should have reacted instantly.
Merito di venire con voi.
And what about the ship? I have earned the right to join you.
What you did was extraordinary. Far more than anyone could have a right to expect.
And you still want to leave me behind.
You met our foe and barely escaped with your life. You may not be that lucky next time. You can return to Switzerland with your head held high. Enjoy.
I have not achieved anything yet. The Fiend tried to kill us, and he's still at large.
Guarda che bello, che se non era per merito mio e voglia poi a indagare.
Inspector Legrand, an urgent telegram from Paris.
Bad news?
It's about the unfortunate events on the train and to return to Paris and...
But, sir, what about the eye?
They want to inform the Egyptian authorities that there might be a burglary.
Might.
Egyptian authorities? What if the jewel is stolen at sea?
I know. I never received it. Keep a close watch on the loading of the eye, Robert.
Aye, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Agente Casaforte, telegramma.
What is the constable's
I think he's jealous. Scotland Yard assigned him to assist me, just as you were sent by the Swiss.
with the distinction that he may go to Egypt.
Robert is to accompany me at all times. Your mission was restricted to Switzerland.
At this moment, I want to be sent back to Switzerland just as much as you want to be sent back to...
I know, but I'm walking on thin ice.
Cassaforte.
And the second eye is in that
Yes, an emerald. It's been kept in a bank in Zurich since the start.
Io controllerei comunque per
I personally
sicurezza.
took it out of the bank vault, and Professor Lucien certified that it was the real.
And while a fake jewel was sent by train,
The real one was brought here in an armored car.
how is it protected?
You can only open the safe if you have 3 special keys. Professor Lucien has one, and Baroness von Trebitz, who's paying for all this, has the second. The third was sent by air courier to Dr. Abbas Mokhtar.
Ecco cosa cercava il
director of the
professore nella
Egyptian Museum
borsa.
in Cairo.
So, not even you could possibly...
That's correct. We don't want to make it too easy for
Commendable. I
Telegramma.
hope you're aware of the fact that you're risking your career. Why do you care so? Someone pretends to be the Raven, and you promptly risk your career? What do you mean by that?
It's his handwriting. And there's only one person who ever called me Nico. Have you ever considered the possibility?
Il corvo.
But what do you mean by that?
Let us assume, just for a moment, that the person I shot and who fell from the roof was not the Raven. Who would have cared enough to uncover the chief of police, the politicians? No. They wanted to revel in a successful manhunt, and it was the best thing that could have happened to the Raven. The search for him was over. He had no reason to fear me anymore. I had so many medals afterwards that he could hear them jingling kilometers away.
And now he's back? And you're the only one who can stop him? Does that sound probable to you?
The feathers, the letters. Nico. No one outside the police force knew that the Raven used to call me that in his letter.
Policemen gossip, and there are plenty of forgers. You can't seriously intend to stake your reputation on such weak evidence.
I have to find out who's behind all this.
Offri il tuo aiuto. Sì, ma io offro, ma lui mi rifiuta sempre.
Let's review. One of the 2 most valuable jewels in the... Obviously, the second one will be next. And you suspect a legendary burglar who's been dead for 5 years.
Go on.
The second jewel is about to be put on board over there, in a safe that requires 3 keys. Our thief may already have the first key, the archaeologist's key, from the train. We don't know anything about the status of the second key, which was meant to be air freighted to Cairo.
We have to assume that he already has it.
Therefore, there's just 1 key left. The Baroness's.
Correct.
So, you'll need my eyes on board.
Look, you can keep your eyes open for me here on the wharf. I'd be most grateful. But when this ship sets sail, you will not, I repeat, not be on board.
But, Inspector...
We're dealing with a dangerous man, and I will pursue him regardless of the consequences. I won't let you get mixed up in this affair.
It's still my decision.
No, it's not. It's mine, and I've already made it. Good day, Constable Zellner.
Ok, d'accordo ragazzi. Possiamo ripartire, cioè nel senso mi posso muovere. Approfitto quindi per fermarci qui per questo episodio. È venuto sicuramente lunghissimo. Voi mi raccomando, come sempre, spolliciate, mettete like, iscrivetevi al canale se ancora non l'avete fatto. E noi ci rivediamo sempre qui sul canale con un nuovo video. Un saluto da Mizaragaret. Ciao, Elio!